These suspects took things way too far after getting caught in their stolen grandmother's vehicle.
Get off of me! Ain't nobody do shit to y'all! All my y'all families get fucking popped! I scrape leaves, all that shit! What are you talking about?
Okay. Is there an infraction?
Yeah, there is. Is this your vehicle, sir?
No, sir. This is my grandmother's vehicle.
Your grandmother? What's your grandmother's name? Okay. Can we come out real quick?
That's fine.
So come here real fast.
Yes, sir.
See, there's no plate right there?
Yes, sir.
And then the back plate actually comes back stolen. That's why we're stopping you right now, okay?
Yeah, because my...
Okay, does that make sense now why we're stopping you?
I totally understand, but I told them that it was stolen by my
that's fine.
cousin's
so until we can verify that, we're gonna make sure that's not the right vehicle, okay? Because people actually put plates on there, so this plate comes back stolen, which is why we stopped it right now, okay?
Okay.
Do you have a license on you?
Yes, sir. But I do have my ID.
That's fine, I appreciate it. I suggest you not having an attitude right when that's when we're actually trying to get a stop going.
I was just trying
and also, you don't have a license. Why are you even driving in the first place, sir?
Correct.
Does your passenger have a driver's license?
No, sir.
Okay. Well,
I'm able to get one.
Yeah, you should probably start working on that. You
Yes,
go and take a seat real quick.
Thank you.
We'll get that figured out.
Right there.
No, we're not done yet. All right.
Do you have an ID on you, dear? Huh? She doesn't want to give us her.
I'll let you know when they leave.
Mr. Jefferson, do you have insurance on your vehicle? Do you have insurance?
I'll prove it in court.
What?
I'll prove it in court.
Okay, that's fine. Is your grandmother? Is that your grandmother's car? Is she on the way? How long until she's here?
Huh?
You know how long until she's here? Probably an hour. I'm gonna have you step out of the vehicle, then we're gonna tow your vehicle, then, sir.
What are you towing the vehicle for?
You don't have to tow the vehicle. She's right around the corner. It's on Third Street. You can follow me back there.
You said an hour, correct?
Can you follow
We're not
me
gonna
back
wait
there?
an hour. We're gonna tow your vehicle.
Bruh.
Okay.
What are you towing a vehicle for if the
Registered owner's on the way. You said she's gonna be here in an hour.
on the way.
You said an hour, didn't you?
She's on the way though.
But you said an hour.
Correct. She's on the way, right?
But it's gonna be an hour.
She's able to get the vehicle, right?
In an hour?
She's able to.
We're gonna tow the
She's
vehicle.
right
That's
around
gonna-
the corner. She has
That's
to
not
get a
an
ride.
That's not an hour.
It doesn't matter. She has to get a ride. I'm in her car.
her car.
It's right around the corner.
I understand that, and you're not
Third
supposed to
Street.
be driving, sir, correct?
Can you follow
We're
me
not
there?
gonna wait an hour.
Can you follow me there?
That's not a
She's
no,
an
I'm not
old
gonna follow you there.
woman.
Bro, they are bored.
How are you?
Let's go. Step out of the vehicle.
So you're about to.
Lord.
I'm not about. No, I'm about to call her. That shit dead.
Out bay.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, bro.
Get out
What
here.
you doing
Get
that
out
the
for?
vehicle.
out the car.
Bro, what are you taking me for if I'm about to call her back?
Hey.
I live right around the corner. What the f you doing this?
Stay in the car. Stay in the
Are you
car.
for real?
Yeah, stay in the car.
No, don't do that.
Stay in the car.
No, y'all blowing
No,
it. We're
stop.
not doing shit to
Stop.
y'all.
This ain't your traffic
I don't
stop.
give a f.
Stay
I'm
in
in
the
this
car.
car. This is our granny
Or you're
car.
going in cuffs. Stay in the
No,
car.
I'm about to record the f out of y'all because
You're
I have
free
a
to
ride.
record.
Okay, so I'm going to stand right here.
My fault you driving out their shoes.
Bro,
You blame me
I
for
just
that.
had slides on. You just took me out my sheets.
You mean who finna run? I don't give a f about running from y'all. Y'all hard as f like I said. Nobody doing shit to y'all.
Are we done with her?
Ma'am, we need you out of the vehicle, please. We're gonna be towing your vehicle.
I don't put no type of fear on my heart. Don't come over here and talk to me.
We need you out of the vehicle. Get out of the car.
Y'all weird. Okay, I'm
Get
gonna
out of the
grab my
car.
this car first.
Grab your car. Get out of the car now.
I'm grabbing my stuff.
Get out of the vehicle.
Y'all blowing it.
Get out of the vehicle.
Get off of me. Don't touch
You
me.
need to stop obstructing.
Don't touch
You are
me.
obstructing.
Don't
You
touch
need to stop
me.
yelling
Get
at
the
me.
f out my face.
You need to start
Get the
listening.
f out my
This is the last
face.
time I'm telling you. You're too
Don't
handcuffs.
touch me.
You need to stay out of the
I
vehicle.
don't care. Don't touch me. Get the f out my face. Don't touch
need to
me.
stand over there.
Don't touch me.
You-
Stop touching me.
Put your hands behind your back.
You're blowing it. What are y'all doing that for? Y'all are weird. Y'all are weird as f. What are y'all doing that? Stop. Y'all fucking weird. Oh my granny, y'all some fuck.
We're not gonna put her on the back
Fuck
seat.
with y'all ugly as y'all weird as oh my granny.
Let go of your phone.
I'll beat the fool on my granny. Touch y'all weird, y'all wicked as fuck. Shut the f up, bitch. Shut up. Fuck weird, ugly motherfucker. No, bitch, move. Fuck, you're weak, fool.
Stop.
You're weak. I promise you ain't stronger than me. I promise you're not. With your weak ass. What are you doing?
You need to stop.
Get off of me. What the f are you doing? And I'm right here. Move.
You need to stop.
No, get off of me.
You need to stop resisting. That's fine. You can do that. I don't
Yeah,
care.
get the f off me, bitch. With your dumb ass. I'm not no fucking kid. Move. I'm trying to sit here. Move.
No.
Get the f off of me.
Stop! I'm not playing with you. Stop it right now.
This is not your traffic stop.
Okay.
You're a rats. You're a
Okay.
I don't care. We are not playing like you.
Get off of me!
I'm not playing with you.
Y'all weird as fuck! Y'all weird as fuck! Get off of me! I can't breathe! Mom! Y'all weird! Ain't nobody do shit! Y'all weird as fuck! Ain't nobody do shit to y'all! Let me go! What the fuck is wrong with y'all? Get out of here! Let me go! Y'all corny as fuck! Oh my granny, y'all corny as fuck!
We need a back seat.
Get off of me!
Door open.
I didn't do shit to y'all! Bro, help me! Bro, record these with us!
Door open.
Y'all weird on my
Get in
granny!
the car.
The female suspect escalates her meltdown once she's seated in the police vehicle. She begins screaming the most vile things imaginable to try and anger the officers.
Y'all fucking weird! Fuck y'all corny as fuck! Where the fuck is my sister at? Fuck! What type of shit is this? Got me fucked up. Fuck on my granny. Y'all weird as fuck. Y'all lucky y'all don't kick this bitch in. Fuck out of here. Y'all weird. Y'all weird ass bitches. Fuck my granny. Y'all got me fucked up. Y'all weird ass niggas. On my granny, I'm suing the fuck out y'all bitches. Fuck y'all weird as fuck. With y'all bitches. Nobody do shit to y'all bitches. Party ass bitches. Fuck wrong with y'all? Fuck wrong with y'all? Y'all weird. Who the fuck does that shit? Fuck. Shit dead as fuck. Y'all weird as fuck. Y'all awesome bitches on my granny. Can't wait till all y'all niggas get fucking popped. Fucking lucky I don't spit on y'all bitch ass niggas. Can't wait till this matrix fall on y'all bitch ass. I swear to God. Fuck wrong with y'all. Fuck wrong with y'all. Y'all don't got no right to do that weird ass shit with y'all bitch ass niggas. Y'all some bitches. Fuck. I hope all y'all families get fucking popped. Bitch ass niggas. Fuck y'all pulling up to do that. Some man handle a female with y'all bitch ass. Fuck wrong with y'all. Y'all weird as fuck. On my granny, y'all weird as fuck. Fuck ain't shit in there with y'all dumb ass. It's an old lady car. Y'all look stupid as fuck. Not gonna find shit with y'all dumb ass looking for drugs. Fuck, y'all got me fucked up. On my granny, y'all got me fucked up. Y'all some bitches. All y'all some pussy. Y'all couldn't even take down one female with y'all bitch asses. Fuck, y'all weak as fuck. All y'all ugly as fuck and weak as fuck. All y'all. So fuck. Don't talk to me. Don't say shit to me. And y'all let them handle me for no fucking reason. Fuck, I don't care. I don't care. These fucking nuts. Stop talking to me. Fuck no. Y'all can't get shit to me now. Y'all really can't. Got this weak ass bitch over here. Bitch, you weak as fuck. Bitch, you couldn't hold no 19-year-old by yourself with your weak ass bitch. Fuck you don't belong here with your weak ass. Couldn't even hold one 19-year-old female, weak bitch. Quit your job. And he over there fucking lying. You fucking lying ass bitch. With y'all redneck ass, cracker face ass bitch. Go back to the mountains. Y'all ugly as fuck. Y'all some bitches. I swear to God, y'all some bitches. Y'all ain't got shit else better to fucking do. That shit dead as fuck. Y'all have no right to fucking touch me. Period. I don't give a fuck. With y'all weak asses. Fuck. Y'all are some bitches. I swear to God. Some straight pussies. Weak ass. It took 60 y'all weak ass niggas. Y'all is so weak. So fucking weak. So fucking weak. No, none of y'all can't say shit to me. And I ain't do shit. Get the fuck out of here and I'm in cuffs. Get the fuck out of here. I don't have to say shit. I scraped leaves. All that shit. What are you talking about? What you mean? Stop talking to me. Y'all so fucking weird. Y'all got these weak ass niggas over here. Fuck. Y'all putting us up for what? Fuck. You could have waited for her fucking right to get here so she could drive for us, bitch. You want to be impatient and rush an old ass lady? You're fucking selfish. Bitch, I can't wait to get in court. Oh my granny, I can't fucking wait. Fuck you mean? No, y'all can stop talking to me and get a fucking ambulance here. Y'all got me fucked up. Y'all do shit like this when y'all bored. Just pull motherfuckers over because it's the only car right there. Cause you couldn't wait 30 minutes for our grandmother to find a ride to come drive her car? Y'all are weird! Y'all are fucking weird, bitch! These other people are fucking dying, and these other people are with fucking drugs and you worry about us! What's wrong with y'all? Then y'all got this rookie ass bitch that can't even fucking manhandle nobody! Put that bitch where the little motherfuckers at, cause she weak as fuck! I'll beat your ass without them cuss or them fucking guns, bitch! What's wrong with you? Y'all ugly asses! Y'all weird as fuck! That shit is so dead! Oh my granny, that shit is dead! Don't come here talking to me! That shit weird, I don't care! Fuck, it's hot as fuck in here! I'll be fucked up! Y'all some bitches, period!
No seatbelt.
With y'all bitch ass! Y'all weak as fuck! Y'all couldn't handle one girl! You quit your fucking job! Fuck! Ugly as fuck! Oh my granny, y'all weird! Y'all thought somebody had drugs with y'all bitch asses. That's why y'all pulled us over in the first place. Weird as fuck. Get out of here with this weird ass shit. Yeah, hurry up and get me the fuck out of here. Y'all weird as fuck. My sister's right there. Fuck, who was supposed to fucking drive? Y'all bitch asses couldn't wait. Fuck, y'all want to tow the car because you got other shit to do. Then bitch, why would you worry about us in the first place? Wasn't nobody doing shit to y'all bitch asses. Y'all love fucking with people. Y'all really do. Because y'all feel like y'all got some fucking authority. Is y'all manhandling a little ass female for y'all weird as fuck? Y'all sit there and watch each other do that shit. When one of y'all bitch ass niggas gonna stand up and be different from the rest? That's what I truly want to know. Y'all all act the fucking same. Y'all all some bitches. For what? Y'all suck the fuck out of each other for what? And feel like y'all doing something. It's cool because this matrix gonna fall on all y'all bitch ass. Y'all ain't gonna know what to do. Y'all gonna be how y'all was just in the fucking mountains, lost. It's okay because karma, bitch. Karma come in so many different forms. Y'all ain't even gonna know. Y'all just gonna think life, and y'all dumb ass. When it's the bullshit been put on other motherfuckers that's coming back on y'all dumb ass. Selfish. Just f***ing selfish. Y'all say y'all here to protect us. Y'all going against us. What the fuck is really y'all society? Talk about here to serve and protect. Y'all f***ing beating our asses every day. What type of shit is that? Y'all should be f***ing ashamed of yourselves. And y'all families and y'all kids should f***ing disown y'all. Y'all need to all be f***ing disowned and lonely. Just sad. It's really just f***ing sad. How this is y'all f***ing, this is what y'all do. Y'all don't care about y'all f***ing job for real. Y'all care about the authority y'all get. Cause y'all some bitches. Without none of this, y'all would be bitches. You know that? Without none of this shit, y'all would not be f***ing with us at all. Without none of this shit, y'all be bound down to us. That's what y'all would be forgetting. Without none of this shit, y'all would not be a f***ing grain of salt. Wouldn't worth that. Wouldn't be worth that at all. Shut all this shit down right now and look at how all y'all start scattering like bitches. Cause I ain't gonna have shit. I don't have shit to fight for no more. You always think it's gonna be at least that one cop. It's never that no more. It's all y'all bitches. All y'all. Fuck y'all scared of us for? And y'all calling group of motherfuckers with guns and pipes. Fuck y'all scared of. Y'all act like y'all scared of y'all fucking life. Get the fuck out of here. Y'all crazy. Y'all crazy as
You
fuck.
okay?
No, I'm not okay. I'm hot as fuck and I'm tired and I'm ready to get the fuck out this car and get away from y'all.
I'm gonna get you out, okay?
Y'all crazy.
Yeah.
Y'all need to check some of these niggas. Some of these motherfuckers that y'all need to check some of y'all fucking friends. I really do. Cause this shit is sad as fuck.
Hey, listen.
It's sad as fuck.
Hey.
It's sad as fuck.
Hey,
A motherfucker can't even enjoy their fucking day. Cause y'all wanna be out here fucking with people. What's wrong with y'all? Y'all crazy as fuck.
In here.
Change. Y'all need to fucking change and stop doing dumb shit.
Don't spit.
Fuck me.
Hey.
Y'all weird as fuck. Out of one of y'all, one of y'all should be fucking smart. All y'all.
Phone down. I said put the phone down. You're scouting houses. I've been watching you.
Officer, my car died. I'm waiting for a ride. Look at the app.
I don't care about your app. You don't live here. Turn around. Hands on the wall now.
You're making a mistake. I'm a federal agent.
This is the story of how a single evening of bad judgment and prejudice ended up costing a city and its taxpayers a staggering sum of $4,200,000. It is a story about a man who dedicated his life to serving his country and a police officer who thought his badge gave him the right to judge people based on nothing but the color of their skin. Before we begin this journey into a night that changed Tulev's forever, I want to connect with you. It is amazing how stories like this can bring people together from all corners of the globe to learn the truth. Please take a second right now to type the name of your city or your country in the comments section, so we can see where everyone is watching from today. Our story begins on a warm evening, just as the sun was starting to dip below the horizon, and the sky was turning a mix of dark blue and soft orange. Patrick was driving home after a very long and exhausting week of work at the Federal Bureau of Investigation, where he worked as a special agent. Patrick was not driving a big SUV or regular family sedan because he had a passion for classic cars, and he was driving his prized vintage two-door coupe that he had spent years restoring with his own hands. The car was his pride and joy, but like many old machines, it sometimes had a mind of its own. And tonight was one of those nights. Patrick was driving through a quiet part of town that was known for having very large houses and perfectly cut green grass when his engine suddenly made a loud sputtering noise that sounded like metal grinding against metal. He watched the temperature gauge in his dashboard shoot all the way up to the red zone, and he knew immediately that he had to pull over before the engine was completely ruined. He guided the heavy car over to the side of the road and parked it safely against the curb just as the engine gave one last cough and died completely. He sat there for a moment in the silence of the car and let out a long sigh because he was tired, hungry, and now he had to deal with a broken vehicle. Patrick got out of the car and popped the hood to see if it was something simple he could fix. But as soon as he lifted the heavy metal lid, a cloud of white steam billowed out into his face. He waved the steam away and looked at the engine block, but it was far too hot to touch, and he knew he did not have the right tools with him to fix a blown hose or a broken belt on the side of the road. Patrick closed the hood gently and wiped his hands on a rag he kept in the trunk, and he decided that the best thing to do was to leave the car there for the night and come back with a tow truck in the morning. He took his personal belongings out of the car and locked the doors tight to make sure nobody could get inside while he was gone. He looked around the area and saw that the street was very dark where he had parked. So he decided to walk about a block up the road to stand under a bright street lamp where he would be safer and more visible. He walked calmly up the sidewalk with his hands in his pockets, and he admired the nice houses that lined the street, because it was a very wealthy neighborhood where people valued their privacy. Patrick stopped under the pool of yellow light cast by the street lamp, and he pulled out his smartphone to open the ride-sharing application so he could order a car to take him home. He tapped the screen and saw that a driver was available and would be there in about 20 minutes, which gave him some time to just stand there and enjoy the evening breeze. Patrick was a tall man who kept himself in excellent physical shape because his job required him to be ready for anything. And even though he was off duty, he still carried himself with a certain confidence and alertness. He was wearing a simple gray t-shirt and a pair of dark blue jeans and sneakers because he liked to be comfortable when he was not wearing his official suit and tie. He did not look threatening or dangerous in any way, and he was simply a citizen waiting for a ride home after a bit of bad luck with his car. The street was very quiet, and there were no other people walking around because most of the residents were inside their large homes having dinner or watching television. Patrick checked his phone again to see if the driver was getting closer, and he saw the little car icon on the map moving slowly toward his location. He put the phone back in his pocket and crossed his arms over his chest and just looked down the empty road. That was when he saw a pair of headlights coming toward him from the distance, and he could tell by the way the lights were positioned that it was a police patrol car. The car was moving very slowly, which is what police officers do when they are patrolling a neighborhood to look for anything out of the ordinary. Patrick did not feel nervous because he was a law enforcement officer himself, and he knew he had done nothing wrong, so he just watched the car approach. The police car was driven by an officer named Dean, who had been working on the force for about 10 years. And who had a reputation for being very tough and suspicious of everyone he met. Dean saw Patrick standing under the street lamp, and his eyes narrowed immediately because in his mind a black man standing on a corner in this specific neighborhood did not make sense. Dean did not see a man whose car had broken down, but instead he saw someone who he thought did not belong there, and who must be up to something no good. Dean slowed his patrol car down until it was barely moving, and he rolled down the passenger side window so he could get a better look at Patrick. Patrick saw the officer looking at him, and he gave a polite nod of his head to acknowledge him because that is what respectful people do. Dean did not nod back, and instead he brought the car to a complete stop right in front of where Patrick was standing, and he put the vehicle into park. The silence on the street was broken only by the sound of the police car's engine idling and the squawk of the radio from inside the vehicle. Dean opened his door and stepped out of the car, and he adjusted his heavy utility belt as he walked around the front of the vehicle to approach Patrick. Dean was a broad man with a shaved head, and he had a look on his face that was not friendly or helpful, but rather aggressive and accusing. The body camera that was clipped to the center of Dean's chest was blinking with a small red light, which meant that it was recording both video and audio of everything that was about to happen. This was a very important detail that Dean seemed to forget in the heat of the moment, but it would turn out to be the most important part of the entire story. Dean stopped a few feet away from Patrick and crossed his arms and looked him up and down with a look of disdain. Patrick remained calm and kept his hands visible because he knew exactly how police stops were supposed to work, and he did not want to give Dean any reason to be alarmed. Dean started the conversation by asking Patrick what he was doing standing on that corner at this time of night. The tone of his voice was not curious or polite, but it sounded like he was already accusing Patrick of a crime. Patrick explained very clearly and calmly that his vintage car had broken down just down the road, and that he was waiting for a ride that he had already ordered on his phone. Patrick even pointed with his open hand down the street toward the dark shape of his parked coupe to show Dean exactly where it was. But Dean did not even turn his head to look at the car, because he had already decided in his mind that Patrick was lying. Dean looked back at Patrick and told him that this area was known for being very quiet, and that they had been having some issues with people coming into the neighborhood to scout houses for burglaries. This statement caught Patrick by surprise because he knew that crime statistics for this area were very low, and he felt that Dean was making this up just to have a reason to harass him. Patrick told Dean that he understood the concern, but assured him that he was just a stranded motorist, and showed him the screen of his phone where the app displayed the driver was now only 5 minutes away. Dean ignored the phone completely and took a step closer to Patrick, which invaded his personal space, and was an intimidation tactic used to make people nervous. Dean told Patrick that he did not believe the story about the car and that Patrick fit the description of a suspect they were looking for. This was a direct lie because there was no active call for a suspect description that matched Patrick at all. Patrick felt a flash of anger inside him because he knew he was being profiled, simply because he was a black man in a predominantly white neighborhood. He took a deep breath to steady his voice, and he told Dean that he was not a suspect, and that he had identification if the officer really needed to see it, but that he had done nothing wrong. Dean did not like that Patrick was speaking back to him with such confidence, and he felt that his authority was being challenged. He told Patrick to stop talking and to turn around and place his hands on the wall behind him. Patrick asked Dean if he was being detained and why he was being treated this way when he was the one who needed help. Do you think Patrick should have told Dean he was an FBI agent right at this moment? Type yes or no in the comments so we can discuss the best way to handle this. Dean did not answer the question about detention, and instead he reached out and grabbed Patrick's wrist with a strong and aggressive grip. Patrick instinctively pulled his arm back because nobody likes to be grabbed by a stranger, and he told Dean firmly not to touch him. Dean used this reaction as the excuse he needed to escalate the situation, and he shouted that Patrick was resisting arrest. Dean spun Patrick around with force and pushed him chest first against the brick wall of the nearest property. Patrick knew that fighting back physically against a police officer on the street was a recipe for disaster, even if the officer was wrong. So, he allowed himself to be pushed. He knew that the camera was watching, and he knew that the law was on his side as long as he stayed calm. Dean pulled his handcuffs out of his belt case, and he clicked them onto Patrick's wrist behind his back, and he tightened them much more than was necessary. The metal cuffs dug into Patrick's skin, and it was painful, but Patrick did not cry out or beg. He stood there with his face against the bricks, and he waited for Dean to finish his power trip. Dean patted Patrick down roughly to check for weapons, and he felt the wallet in Patrick's back pocket. Dean pulled the leather wallet out and opened it, expecting to see a driver's license that would show a criminal record, or maybe an address from a bad part of town. But when Dean flipped the wallet open, he did not see what he expected. Inside the wallet was a shiny gold badge that reflected the light from the street lamp, and next to it was a laminated card with the seal of the Federal Bureau of Investigation. The card clearly stated Patrick's full name and his rank as special agent. For a few seconds, time seemed to stand still as Dean stared at the badge, and his brain tried to process what he was seeing. He realized in that moment that he had made a colossal mistake and that the man he had just thrown against a wall and handcuffed was a federal agent. A smart person would have immediately uncuffed Patrick and apologized profusely for the misunderstanding. But Dean was not acting smartly that night, and his pride was too big to let him back down. He felt embarrassed and foolish, and instead of fixing the mistake, he decided to double down on his bad behavior. He closed the wallet and shoved it into his own pocket and leaned close to Patrick's ear. He told Patrick that having a badge did not give him the right to act suspicious and disobey a police officer's direct orders. Dean was trying to create a narrative that would justify his actions, but deep down he knew he was in trouble. He grabbed Patrick by the arm and marched him over to the patrol car and opened the back door. He pushed Patrick into the cramped back seat, which was made of hard plastic and smelled like old cleaning fluid. Patrick had to twist his body to fit his long legs inside while his hands were still cuffed painfully behind him. Dean slammed the door shut and walked around to the driver's seat. He sat there for a moment with his hands gripping the steering wheel very tightly as he tried to figure out what he was going to say when they got to the station. He started the car and drove away from the curb, leaving Patrick's phone on the ground where it had fallen during the arrest. The ride to the police station was completely silent, and the tension in the car was so thick you could almost touch it. Patrick sat in the back and stared out the window at the passing streetlights, and he was already formulating the report he was going to write. He was not just angry for himself, but he was angry for all the people who did not have a badge to protect them from officers like Dean. When they arrived at the precinct, Dean drove into the secure garage and parked the car. He hauled Patrick out of the back seat and walked him through the heavy metal doors into the booking area. The station was bright and busy with other officers going about their nightly routines. As Dean walked Patrick past the main desk, a sergeant who was drinking coffee looked up, and his eyes went wide with recognition. The sergeant had worked on a joint task force with the FBI a year ago, and he knew exactly who Patrick was. The sergeant put his coffee cup down so hard that it spilled, and he stood up and shouted Dean's name. He asked Dean what in the world he was doing with Agent Patrick in handcuffs. The sound of the sergeant's voice made the entire room go quiet, and everyone stopped what they were doing to look. Dean tried to mumble something about suspicious behavior and resisting arrest, but his voice lacked confidence. The sergeant came out from behind the desk and walked straight up to them and ordered Dean to remove the handcuffs immediately. At that same moment, the noise had attracted the attention of the station captain, who came out of his office to see what the commotion was about. The captain saw his officer standing there with a handcuffed black man who was being identified as a federal agent, and he knew instantly that this was a disaster for his department. Dean fumbled with his keys because his hands were shaking a little bit, and he unlocked the cuffs from Patrick's wrists. Patrick brought his hands forward and rubbed the red marks that the steel had left on his skin. He did not shout or curse. He simply turned to the captain and requested that the body camera footage be secured immediately for evidence. He spoke with the authority of someone who knew the law better than anyone else in the room. The captain was very apologetic and tried to smooth things over, but Patrick was professional and firm. He refused to discuss the details of the incident informally and said that everything would be handled through the proper legal channels. He retrieved his wallet from Dean, who handed it back without making eye contact. Patrick was released immediately, and another officer was ordered to drive him back to his car and wait with him until the tow truck arrived. As Patrick walked out of the station, a free man, he looked back at Dean one last time. Dean was standing there looking small and defeated as the captain pointed a finger at his chest and told him to get into the office. In the days that followed, Patrick hired a top civil rights attorney who specialized in cases of police misconduct. They filed a massive lawsuit against the city and against Dean personally for fault, arrest, excessive force, and violation of civil rights. The lawsuit stated clearly that Dean had no probable cause to stop Patrick, and that his actions were motivated by racial bias. The city's lawyers tried to defend Dean at first by claiming he was just doing his duty to protect the neighborhood. They tried to paint a picture of Patrick being uncooperative and difficult, but their entire defense crumbled the moment the body camera footage was released to the public. Patrick's lawyer made sure the video was seen by everyone. The footage showed the undeniable truth. It showed a calm and polite Patrick standing under a light. It showed Dean pulling up and immediately being aggressive. It captured the comments about the neighborhood being too quiet and the refusal to look at the phone proof. It showed the physical escalation that Dean initiated. The public reaction was intense and immediate. People were outraged to see a man being treated like a criminal just for waiting for a ride. The video went viral on the internet, and millions of people watched it and shared it. It became a topic of discussion on news channels and in coffee shops everywhere. The visual evidence was so strong that nobody could deny that what happened was wrong. When the case went to trial, Patrick took the stand and told his story. He described the fear and the humiliation he felt, despite being a trained agent. He explained that if he could be treated this way with all his credentials, then a regular citizen would have had no chance at all. The jury listened to every word, and they watched the video multiple times. Dean also took the stand and tried to explain his side, but his answers were weak, and he kept changing his story. He could not explain why he didn't look at the phone or why he felt the need to use handcuffs so quickly. The jury saw right through him, and they saw a man who had abused his power. After hearing all the evidence, the jury went into deliberation. They did not take long to reach a verdict. They returned to the courtroom and announced that they found in favor of Patrick on all counts. But they did not stop there. They wanted to send a message that would be heard loud and clear by every police department in the country. The jury awarded Patrick a total of $4.2 million. This amount was made up of compensatory damages for what he went through, and a large amount of punitive damages, which are designed to punish the wrongdoer and prevent bad conduct in the future. The courtroom gasped when the number was read out, because it was one of the largest settlements for a single incident of this kind. The city had no choice but to pay. The taxpayers were unhappy about the cost, but their anger was directed at the police department for allowing such behavior to happen. The mayor of the city made a public apology to Patrick and promised that there would be a complete overhaul of police training procedures. Dean's career as a police officer was over. He was fired from the force and stripped of his pension. The lawsuit and the public shame followed him everywhere, and he found it very difficult to find any other kind of work. He had to move away from the city because everyone knew his face and what he had done. He learned the hardest lesson of his life, that prejudice carries a heavy price. Patrick took the settlement money, but he did not let it change who he was. He used a significant portion of the money to set up a legal defense fund for people who could not afford lawyers to fight against wrongful arrests. He wanted to make sure that people who didn't have a badge or high-paying job could still get justice. He also finally fixed his vintage coupe. He put a brand new engine in it and made it run better than ever before. Every time he drove that car, he was reminded of that night. But instead of feeling bitter, he felt a sense of accomplishment. He had stood up to a bully, and he had won. The legacy of this case went far beyond the money. Police Me started using the video of Dean and Patrick as a training tool. They showed it to young cadets to teach them what not to do. They analyzed the interaction frame by frame to show how Dean had escalated the situation when he should have been de-escalating. They taught the cadets that listening is just as important as enforcing, and that respect must be given before it can be received. The neighborhood where it happened remained quiet, and the lawns were still perfectly manicured. But the atmosphere had changed slightly. The police patrols that drove through there were much more cautious. They understood now that they could not just assume things about people based on appearances. They learned that the person standing on the corner might be a doctor, a teacher, a father, or a federal agent, and that every single citizen deserved to be treated with dignity. Patrick continued his work with the FBI, and he became a mentor to younger agents. He told them this story not to brag about the settlement, but to teach them about character. He emphasized that the power they held was a privilege, and that it could be taken away in an instant if they abused it. He taught them that true strength comes from being calm in the face of aggression, and that the truth is the most powerful weapon they have. It is interesting to think about how different things would have been if Dean had just approached Patrick with a smile and asked if he needed help with his car. They might have had a friendly conversation about vintage engines. Dean might have even waited with Patrick until his ride arrived to make sure he was safe. It would have cost nothing to be kind. Instead, he chose to be suspicious and mean, and it cost $4.2 million. The story serves as a permanent reminder that actions have consequences. The camera lens does not lie, and in the modern world, bad behavior cannot be hidden in the shadows anymore. Patrick's victory was a victory for truth and a victory for everyone who believes in equal justice under the law. As the sun sets on another day and paints the sky with those same orange and purple colors, Patrick often drives his coupe down the highway with the windows down, enjoying the freedom that he fought so hard to protect. He knows that the scars of that night will always be there, but he also knows that he turned a negative experience into a positive change for society. The city eventually recovered from the financial hit, but the lesson remained etched in the history books. It was a clear statement that civil rights are not for sale, and they are not to be trampled on. The police department became better because they were forced to confront their biases and make real changes. So the next time you see someone standing on the side of the road waiting for a ride or dealing with a broken car, remember Patrick. Remember that everyone has a story and everyone deserves the benefit of the doubt. We are all just people trying to get home to our families, and a little bit of kindness goes a very long way. If you have read this entire story, I want to say thank you for sticking with it until the end. It is important that we share these realities so we can build a better future together. If you agree that Patrick deserved every penny of that $4.2 million, then please leave a like on this story right now. It shows that you stand on the side of justice. The world keeps turning and cars keep breaking down. But hopefully because of men like Patrick, the next time a police officer sees a stranger in a dark corner, they will pause and think before they act, and that pause might just be worth more than all the money in the world. Patrick is still out there doing his job and protecting the innocent, and Dean is out there somewhere living with his regret.